Hello everybody, what's going down? My name is Sonja Marie with Wordlife Astrology here on this gorgeous God-given Monday. It's August 19, 2024, and I'm so grateful to be here. Like I said on Instagram just now, I want to ask for your forgiveness in advance. I'm sounding a little nasally and my body is dragging a little bit, although my spirits are high. I tested positive for COVID and then I was negative and then I was positive, so I have no idea what cleansing my body is going through, but I am allowing it to do what it do. And as long as I have the physical energy, I want to give you this little bit of information, okay? So let's get started so I don't get tired in about 5 minutes. Today, like I said, is Monday and it's a full moon in Aquarius. Whenever there is a full moon, know that there is a full release. And by the way, like I said on Instagram, I'm entitling this Release, Relate, and then Relocate. That's for sure. You know why? Because whenever we have a full moon, we are releasing something. Let's talk about the release of this week. And that's releasing stubborn energy. That's releasing the need to be right. That's releasing the I know. And as long as we know a thing, oftentimes we get attached to a thing and we get really, like I said, stubborn about releasing and letting go of a thing. That full moon says the only way to move forward in our emotional maturity, in our karmic energy, and our emotional reactions to things is to let go of what it is we thought we knew was best at one time before. That's what Aquarius energy is all about. Please don't fight it. You know why? Because today that full moon is squaring Uranus and Taurus. Now, with that full moon energy squaring Uranus and Taurus, like I said, is amped. We are all amped and again stubborn to not release the thing that has made us the flyest, the smartest, the most powerful. And I might sound like a broken record because I said something like this last week, but for sure, with this full moon happening, it's hard to do. And because it's squaring Uranus, Uranus is Aquarius's planet, and Uranus is the planet of change. So here we have a full moon that wants to hold on to things, challenging Uranus, which wants to let things go. That's a big deal, y'all. Here's the deal in layman's term. Today, Monday, possibly tomorrow, Tuesday, you may have felt this even as early as yesterday and Saturday. You're a little stubborn and a little brattish about letting some things go, knowing that you have to change your lifestyle in according to the changes, to the let go. Y'all understand what I'm saying? The bottom line is we are becoming more and more resistant to releasing the fabrics that used to make us. Again, because it's challenging, because it's hard, because it had its way with us for 25, 30 plus years, and it made us the flyest one in the room. You're about to become, if you haven't already, a new fly. So you got to release this old stuff that really wants to hold on and convince you otherwise. And I say convince specifically because Aquarius is all about mental, strength. And sterility is all about what I know to be right, what I know to be clear in my mind. Right? But oftentimes the mind don't know too much or nothing. We're in Mercury retrograde, and the mind can dupe us, can fool us, can rearrange situations in front of our eyes, can make reality look like non-reality is the point. So why in this moment in time with this full moon giving us permission in Aquarius to release the things of our minds, why would we want to hold on to it when it's promoting some radical changes that want to happen in Uranus? Uranus says, not only am I changing you for this moment, I'm changing you for good. Don't you want it? Or are you one of those people that says, yes, I want change when you're outside and you're rah-rahing, when you're on the picket stand, but when you're in the room, you scared and you biting your nails because you don't know who you're going to be after this change? Come on now. Now, in the middle of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, almost Thursday, but let's deal with Tuesday and Wednesday. That moon, that emotional nature, gets off of this stubborn idea of Aquarius energy, and the moon goes into Pisces. Now with the moon going into Pisces, this is the relate part of the week. Why? Because the moon in Pisces deals with compassion, with understanding, with relatedness, with knowing and wanting to know how to get to the center of a person's heart, your own heart for that matter, and unglue some things that are sticking from an emotional standpoint so we can move forward, so we can move fluidly. You get that? Yes, you may be interrupted this week by an onslaught of tears, maybe some uncomfortable releases that make you feel like, golly, I don't want to understand you. I don't want to understand you. I don't want to have compassion for you. I want to hold on to my stubborn nature because too many things are changing around me. And if I allow my heart to change in the midst of the reality that's changing, then who am I going to stand on? Do you see what I'm doing, y'all? Do you see what I'm saying to you? All things about us are changing from the inside out. This release part of letting go of the brain, the relate part in the middle of the week is saying let go of all things that we thought that we, again, was emotionally secure to having and or seeing people have. We have to have a little bit more compassion to see the things that may or may not exist. Ask the questions. And also, this is in addition to, please stay away from being the victim. Because sometimes that moon in Pisces, and as it's getting reconfigured, as it's squaring, the moon in Pisces is squaring Mars and Gemini. The moon in Pisces is squaring Jupiter in Gemini at the middle of this week. As we are trying to relate, all that Gemini energy is bringing up facts. All that Gemini energy is bringing up cynicism. All that Gemini energy is bringing up the need to be social, not the need to be deep. So somebody somewhere can catch a case. Somebody somewhere can catch their feelings being hurt, feeling like you don't hear me. You never hear me. I am the victim in this. It's not just about the facts and the information. It's about my heart and soul. Yes, it is. However, we don't have to play victim in order to get somebody to hear our heart and soul. We don't have to play victim to ourselves in order to get somebody to relate to our heart and soul. Understand what's happening at the middle of this week. We're actually all being broken open to see the goo inside. If we can see the goo inside, all the emotions, all the need to flow, all the need to point the shame out to us that we've had about ourselves. Point the guilt out to us that we've had about ourselves and other people. Point the fact that we didn't trust ourselves in certain areas and we need to relate to ourselves, to our movements. We need to relate to our blessings that are coming in. We need to relate from our heart center, not just take things on face value. I hope y'all understand this. This is an absolute word who I swear to goodness I don't know who just said, because my brain just got foggy after being so clear. Please let me know you understand this or you do not. Ask some questions in the comments below, okay? Please, and very please. Now, as we move on our week, one of the strongest things that's going to happen is the last little bit of information that has to do with relocating. Remember I said this week is about release, relate, and relocate. Well, with the sun going into Virgo at 10:55, I believe it's a.m., on Thursday, Eastern Standard Time, we all will be given a chance to relocate, reassess, re-examine, relocate how you are seeing a thing, relocate how you are abandoning one thing for the life of another. When I say relocate, I mean re-examine. Why are you leaving one thing to take care of another? Relocate when the sun goes into Virgo. It's about resurfacing you. It's about learning how to examine you, the things that you need in detail. Us going through all of this space this week, just this week of releasing, of relating, of relocating and re-examining the details of our lives. It is asking us at the end of this week when the sun goes into Virgo and all things start to come together like literal puzzles. That's what happens when the vibration goes into Virgo. Things start to happen in puzzle-like situation, and things come together. Bing, bing, bing. Ooh, I had no idea that this goes with this, that this goes with that. Yes, it does. But here's the difference this time around. It's gonna look brand new, cousins. It's gonna look so brand new. I'm sweating. I'm excited talking about it. And I hope this again is making sense, because it's gonna look so brand new, this relocation. It's not gonna look like something that you thought, oh, I got the smarts to do. Remember, we abandoned this smarts with that full moon in Aquarius. We are adopting a new way of seeing things, a new way of knowing things. We are relating with our heart again. And if we can relocate the new puzzle, this piece goes over here now. I had no idea this piece even existed. This is when we start seeing things clearly with a Virgo sensibility, with understanding, with care, again, with detail and organization, with discrimination, with some perfection on the thing. Although Virgo energy can sometimes be duped by its need to be perfect, at least that energy tries to strive for it. You get that? It's time to get it right. Get it right for yourselves. And whoever doesn't like it, it's okay. They'll find their way as well, because their dislike is their dislike in themselves, not in your plan, but in their own plan, or the lack of the plan that they have. Y'all dig what I'm saying? Y'all hear what I'm saying? Ooh, I'm saying a lot. But let me tell you one more thing that's happening this week before we pick a card. On Saturday, Mercury in retrograde will sextile Mars in Gemini. Now, the reason why I wanted to highlight this real quick, because this is the last time in which I'm speaking of that relocation, in which now we can put energy on it. Hear what I'm saying. Mercury going retrograde, as you already know, yes, clogs up a lot of communicative activity, allows our brain to get a little foggy every now and again. But again, in the most brilliant sense, it allows our brain to slow down so we can make sense of life, and we can kind of redirect where our brain is going and how our brain is guiding the ship, us being the ship, right? How our brain is getting the information, putting up against other information, discarding information, so on and so forth, to get it clear. Now, before Mercury goes direct on the 28th, it's going to meet up with its last planet in a huge way. This is Mars. Mars in Gemini says, yo, I got it. I got it. Since it's a sextile, Mercury retrograde sextile in Mars in Gemini, since it's a sextile and it's harmonious, Mars says, I got it. I got it. I got all the information that we've been mulling over. I got all of the understanding of how we could possibly be a little bit more courageous and a little bit more bold with the information that we've received, with the opportunities for us to show up and live life differently. I got it. Mars says, let me do something with it now. Let me apply it now. Let me make the decisions now. Again, let me execute. Let me start some things. Let me put some physicality behind it. Mars is the movement planet. So if you feel like before the 28th you want to make a decision on some things, that's okay. It's all right. God is God. God is going to protect us almost always, if not always. Okay? So Mercury retrograde won't hinder that. All I would say is that read the fine print a little bit more than you would is the bottom line, so you don't get duped. But sign that thing. Go make those decisions if you need to make it. Not contradicting myself, but understanding that we're going to have a propulsion. Mars is like, yo, I got what I need to get in my brain. Things are moving, and they're relocating, and they're refiguring, and they're redesigning themselves, and I get it. It's all falling out in front of me. I understand now. Okay. So if you do, bit by bit, make the decisions that you need to make in order to enter your new life. I'm not necessarily giving you permission, but I'm saying with Mercury in retrograde, sextile in Mars, it's a go into next week. The next 2 months, I'm trying to tell you, y'all, is fire. These couple of planets will start to come back direct. These couple of planets will start to solidify and remind you of who you are. And it literally is going to be go time. So Mercury in retrograde goes, all the stuff that you've been thinking about in the last 2 weeks, all the things that you've been formulating, all the plans that you've been making, it's almost go time. Y'all ready? Do y'all get this? Again, leave some comments below, y'all. I'm excited. I'm trying to get you excited through my whole nasal head. Let's pick a card. One of my favorite cards ever. In order to go, in order to move, in order to ignite your new life, you must trust. You know that. Now is the moment to be a bungee jumper without the cord. And it is this quality of absolute trust with no reservations or secret safety nets that the Knight of Water demands from us. There is a tremendous sense of exhilaration if you can jump and move into the unknown, even if the idea scares you to death. And when you take trust to the level of the quantum leap, we don't make any elaborate plans, y'all, or preparations. We don't say, okay, I trust that I know what I'm going to do right now. I'll settle my things. I'll pack my suitcase and take it with me. Nope. We just jump with hardly a thought of what happens next. The leap is the thing and the thrill of it as we free fall through the empty sky. The card gives us a little hint here, though, about what waits for us at the other end. A soft, welcoming, yummy, pink, rose petal juicy. Nah, come on. Ashe. I love that card ends like that, because all of it is saying that you got to trust in order to see what's there. It could be pink and yummy. It could be a lesson, yet another one. But you will not evolve unless you move. You will not evolve unless you get your ducks in order and move. Move. It's almost time. I love y'all. Big kisses to y'all. And I pray everyone is staying safe out there. Wear your masks. That's for sure. Be loving towards yourselves. Always. Adios.